I have a Picasso. Of course, it's not an original. It's a copy. It's not even a copy of a Picasso painting. It's a copy of a Picasso linocut. Whoa, what is that? Linocut comes from linoleum. We're familiar with linoleum. And therein lies an interesting story. In fact, many interesting stories. If you take a piece of linoleum and take a sharp instrument, you can carve it, then ink it, and you can transfer the design to fabric or to paper, and you have a linocut. Picasso did many of these, and today, of course, there are hobbyists who do this as well. Well, linoleum. The word comes from linseed and oil, and it takes us back to the 1850s. And a gentleman by the name of Frederick Walton, who, as the story goes, perhaps apocryphal, he observed a can of oil paint, and he saw that a film had formed on top of this. He picked it up, and it was a rubbery kind of material. This gave him an idea. The idea was to use it as some kind of a floor covering, because they were constantly looking for ways to cover cold floors, and carpets were expensive. So he took this material, he mixed it together with some wood flour, with some cork, with some limestone, ground it all up into a paste. He coated it on cotton, and then he ground all of that up. He heated it, and then all of this was put on a layer of jute, and linoleum was born. It was a great covering for floors. He started a factory. Well, the linoleum industry mushroomed. People around the world were buying this stuff until stiletto heels came along, because it turned out that linoleum did not stand up so well to stiletto heels. But there was something else that was really the stake through the heart of linoleum, and that was the introduction of vinyl flooring. Vinyl flooring was cheaper. It did not produce the terrible smells when it was being produced that linoleum did, and it stood up well to stiletto heels. But believe it or not, linoleum is making a comeback. Why? Because it is being marketed as natural. Indeed, linseed oil, same as flaxseed oil, linseed and flax are the same plant, is natural. The rosin that comes from pine trees used in making of linoleum is natural. Ground up limestone is natural. So linoleum can be kind of marketed as sustainable and natural. And of course it is still being used to make linocuts, as I said, by hobbyists. Now, it would be interesting, wouldn't it, if someone came up with linoleum that was patterned with Picasso linocut. And I assume that the same way that you can coat paper or fabric, you can coat linoleum. And if I had to redo my kitchen floor, I think I would go for some linoleum that had Picasso artwork in it. Now you know more about linoleum than you ever thought you wanted to know.